Back with more Buffy. This is episode 19 of season 4, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next as we get closer to the end of the season. Like, there's not many left at all, which seems weird to me. It feels like it's really flown by, even though I've been doing Angel alongside it. But I don't know. It's just weird how quickly it feels like it's gone, even though I don't think it has even been that quick. But there we are. Nonetheless, I'm really enjoying this season so far. Can't wait to see how we're going to begin to kind of wrap things up for like the whole Adam business and stuff like that. So I know they kind of had a big change losing Walsh, and she was kind of supposed to be like the big bad, I think, for this season. But then the actress wanted out. Thanks. So I think they kind of had to just make do with what they'd already set up in that sense. So, you know, I don't want to be too judgmental about Adam, given that context. But for what he is, I think he's a bit of fun, you know. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to dispose of him by the end of the season, hopefully. Probably the finale, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, 4 episodes after the season. Last episode... Yeah, it was an episode. Anyway, very excited to carry on the season, see what's going to happen next. So let's get into the next one.
I want my room to be Willow-friendly. Me too. So I'm excited about the Scooby meeting, I think. What's it about? I'm not sure.
I have a great deal of experience in these matters, and if I say there is a matter of some import brewing, I...
I was not expecting this!
Oh my... Oh my god, quick, make notes before they leave my brain. I'm dribbling in excitement. I've forgotten every fucking character's name.
Bombard the porch up with,
Oh fuck, that's awkward. Oh no. Oh no, I'm very torn.
Thanks. It's great to see you guys again.
It's great to see you!
You okay?
I'm not okay.
I realized, I'm
Oh
ready for your
no.
group.
Oh no.
Tara, wait.
I was just about to say something fast.
Seth Green is Oz!
Oz and Willow.
Right.
I didn't think Willow was that kind of girl.
What kind of girl?
Into dangerous guys. She seems smarter than that.
Oz is not dangerous.
Excuse me, Riley.
Something happened to him.
I defend you against most.
God, I never knew you were such a
Do not
bigot.
spite Oz.
Whoa! I'm not talking about you.
How about we don't talk
Then
about
maybe
this at all?
mind your own fucking business, Riley.
Hey.
You did it. How did you do it? Where did you go?
That's a long story.
Spin off!
Oh my God, Oz.
Oh god! My feelings.
He said you didn't have a new guy.
Well, he's not wrong.
I know what I put you through,
I'm gonna cry.
and I'm not gonna push.
He's so cool!
I am, and I can be what you need now.
Oh, but she's with
That's what I
Tara.
want.
Oh god!
It's so light out.
Yeah, we talked all night.
Well, I believe a manly-sized breakfast is in order, don't you?
We could just
I've missed him so much though. Is this gonna be Tara? It's gonna be Tara, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. I'll come back.
There's like regulation. You have to do those every morning.
no. Just a good way to start.
He's already done more than I've done in my entire fucking life.
Right. Demons bad, people good.
Something wrong with that theorem?
Well, yeah.
There's different degrees. Vampires, for example, that aren't evil at all.
Name one.
What kind of demon was it?
Does it matter?
Oh, Riley. Oh. The Lord is testing me today.
Hey, I'm all with the woohoo here, and you're not.
No, there's woo and who.
But there's Uh-oh, because of Tara. You mean Tara has a crush on us? No, you... Oh. It wasn't something I was looking for. It's just powerful.
Mm.
And it's
Under her spell.
totally different from what Oz and I have.
Yeah,
Well,
it's two
there
very
you
different
go. I mean,
relationships. But
You know, you have to... I'm glad you told me.
me too. I stand
Just
Willow's
Oz.
happiness at the end of the
Well,
day.
He's Oz, you know?
I know.
Yeah, I know.
It's a hot mess.
You're in for a world of
Is it Adam? Yeah.
pain.
Spike, I want you to come with me.
Hi.
Oh shit. I've been on the brink of tears for like 20 minutes now. I'm just letting you all know.
I know what Oz means to you.
Life was starting to get so good. Again,
Oh, sweetheart.
you're a big part of that. And here comes the thing I wanted most of all, and I don't know what to do. I
Do what makes you happy.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, I'm always going to prefer Willow and Oz. Like, that's not going to be a question, I don't think, to be honest. But I think it's gone past that.
You smell like her.
Stop!
Oz! Keep your cool.
Is she in love with you?
Oh boy.
Tell me, is she?
Oh no. Oh shit. Run! Run! Run!
Run.
Yes, please. Please do that. Thank you, sir, to you. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, I'm so stressed. Ah! I definitely hadn't missed the werewolf costume. Oh, good shot. Oh, it was the
Are you okay?
initiative.
We'll take it from here. Put him down.
You don't understand. That's a...
Listen, we know what we're doing. You're in shock.
Shut the fuck up, Forrest, and listen to her.
Well, that sounds like
Oh, no.
You see my problem, though. Total annihilation of the humans.
I'm
doesn't
so
help.
sweaty.
Scout's honor.
you were a Boy Scout.
Parts of
Pardon
me.
me. Yeah. Oh, that's so weird.
I think they might hurt him.
I have to go. I have to find
See, she's concerned for him. And he was concerned for her before he went a werewolf. Oh, my cinnamon roll! Ironic, because they're the ones who act all cagey.
I don't need a bunch of tests to know that this thing's a killer.
Oh shit.
He's not a threat now.
I allowed you to stay.
Oh, now he's not a threat. Okay.
Only Colonel McNamara
Ugh.
ceased to order medical.
You fucking assholes. Eat them all.
I can get you in. No alarms, no cameras, no waiting.
But is this just a plan with Adam? Well, at least he tried to break him out. Well, what sassy thing has Forrest got to say?
Into the line.
Then you meet this girl, this Slayer, and suddenly you begin to exhibit signs of disloyalty. You abuse your
Or
command.
mind of his own, as I like to call it. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah.
Slap my hand now. In celebration.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that was very wholesome.
Stealthy escape now.
Buffy, I leave now. I can't ever come back.
Talk later.
I just wanted to hear that out loud.
Good.
Look, you're back.
Oh dear. Oh, he looked so sad.
Let's go.
Don't think he fully has it worked out, does he?
You're a dead man, Finn.
No, sir.
He's a free
I'm
man.
an anarchist.
Oh my! Oh, you're an anarchist, okay. Probably sounding more badass in his head, but I'll give it to him.
This is okay.
I was wrong about us.
You were, yeah.
You found out that Willow was in kind of an unconventional relationship, and it gave you momentary wiggins. It happens.
Huh.
Still, was in a
That's what she
totally
went
black
through a
and white
minute ago,
space.
yeah.
People versus mom. You can tell me anything.
I think so.
We'll see.
I think I can.
His name was Angel. He was a vampire.
You're happy.
I am.
Oh.
I missed you, Oz. I wrote you so many letters. But I didn't have any place to send them, you know? I feel like some part of me will always be waiting for you.
No.
If I'm old and blue-haired and I turn the corner in Istanbul and there you are, I won't be surprised. Because you're with me, you know?
I know.
Oh. I've missed them.
You have to be with the person you love.
I am. Okay?
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Ugh. Well, I cried a lot. Man, I really liked that episode though. I thought it was really good. Threw me with that opening. I will not lie. What Willow was saying, like, this doesn't feel like it's real. It feels like a dream. Yes, I was going through the motions with Willow. Basically, throughout this whole episode, she was a big ass mood. Everything she was saying about Oz and everything she was saying about Tara, I was like, yes, 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 yes. Oh. I don't know. I don't even. What do I feel? Maybe I'll leave the rest of that for the last little bit to talk about. Really, that kind of, not even so much a love triangle, really. It was just kind of a blurred mess. But yeah, I enjoyed Adam's presence, and him working with Spike provides some interesting things, I imagine, for the rest of the season. Because like Spike does enjoy hurting the Scoobies, even if he can't physically like hurt them himself. So of course he might team up with Adam. That kind of made sense. What they were exactly doing when like Adam was like hacking into stuff at the same time Anya was and all that. Obviously they were doing it to gain something. I'm not sure quite what that was. Maybe I missed something, but I'm not quite sure what their plan was with that. But I'm sure we'll find out in future. But I was a bit confused about that. But clearly there's something going on, and Spike's working with Adam, so that's interesting to see where they go with that. I'm glad we don't get like too much Adam in an episode. You know, I feel like they do use him quite sparingly. But I think that does work for his benefit because, you know, he's not like the best designed thing I've ever seen. You know what I mean? So I think they do use him effectively in terms of not a lot, which sounds like a sick burn, but I'm not trying to mean that in like a horrible way. But I'm intrigued as to where they're going to go with like Spike potentially working with Adam. And yeah, seeing another reminder of how shit the initiative is and how much I hate them. Their treatment of Oz was rude. But it was interesting to see Riley kind of finally cut ties with them, hopefully. Unless she just goes running back to them again. But But we'll see. Hopefully he has made his choice now. He seemed to have, which was good. I liked his journey in this episode. Even if I struggled with him in the first half, he's like, oh, I didn't think Willow was that type of girl. You have no fucking idea what type of girl Willow is. Fuck off. And his whole attitude about, like, is there a difference between demons and humans? Demons are bad. Like, wake the fuck up. Like, when he was like, what was it? Was it like episode 13, I think it was? He's like, trying not to show off when he's talking about the number of demons and vampires he killed. And Buffy was like, bitch, please. And he still didn't think to listen to her about what she knows and doesn't know about demons and shit. Like, she knows so much more about you than that. And you're just like, no, all demons are bad. So that pissed me right off. Like, what a reductionist attitude to have. But I'm glad he learned the error of his ways through Oz. That was cool, and him trying to break him out of the initiative. I liked that. I like that he's kind of come round to that. But for the first half of this episode, I was like, Riley, why have I been defending you? But we're cool. He learned his lesson. I think we're okay. We'll see. But yeah, that journey was interesting. I did like that Buffy was like, you're being an arse about this. That was cool. She didn't just like take his side. That was great. I did like that she chose to open up to him about her past with presumably Angel. That shows a lot of growth in their kind of relationship as well, because a lot of it's been like Buffy just withholding the truth. So that's a big step forward for them. I liked that development. I think a lot of that came from Buffy learning about Willow and Tara's relationship. I think that threw her at the start, but then she kind of came around to it very, very quickly, which is good to see. Because it would have been very disappointing for that to have caused like a big wedge between them. So I'm glad that, you know, Willow did open up to someone about Tara. Well, both Oz and Buffy basically in this episode. But I would be interested in seeing her telling other people, particularly Xander. I don't know how Xander would react. I can just imagine an inappropriate comment about two girls. I'm hoping that's not the route they're going to go down, about him finding out. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I liked that kind of whole journey Buffy was going on when she was talking about like untraditional relationships. And she learned from like finding out about Willow and Tara that she needed to open up to Riley about her past. So I really liked that kind of journey. I thought that was done very, very well. And yeah, the whole initiative heist was cool and stuff like that. That was really interesting. And I am interested in seeing Riley completely separated from the initiative now. So that should be interesting too. And yeah, Spike, what's he up to? I'm not quite sure. So we'll see what happens with all of that. But obviously the big thing in this episode was the return of Oz. So he literally like signed up for school again and then must have dropped out like the very next day. What a roller coaster. I was not expecting him to come back. I thought he was gone. So seeing that, I'm like, holy shit. I should have known when Willow was the last person they focused on when everyone was doing the but fuck me, that knocked me for six. Like, I'm not even sure I can tell you what happened in the first 10 minutes of that episode, to be honest. I was just there like but oh my god, that was nuts. I loved having him back. I was hoping it'd be like a permanent thing. But clearly it was just like a one episode. I'm still not ready yet. And off he went. But man, I love seeing him again. Oz will always be one of my absolute favourites. You know, he's a cinnamon roll. We know this. We know you. Oh my god, you guys must be so excited for this one. Given how much I love Widow and Oz, like fuck. Yeah, that really knocked me for six. But I was so glad we saw him again. I was hoping we'd see him again, but I really did think he was done. So, I love seeing him again. That was so good. I have missed Oz so much. I can't tell you. Just having that character is just so like relaxed and cool all the time. Just that voice of reason. I've missed that so much. So having him back, however briefly, was the greatest gift I've ever been given. So I loved that, and the dilemma that obviously presented because Willow and Tara are now a thing, and times have changed. He was a very different person. You know, in like the 13 episodes since he left, and Willow's gone through a lot as well. And I actually do think they handled that with a lot of grace. This whole kind of Willow being torn thing. because she's always going to have that very strong tie to Oz, and they have a lot of history. But she has this big strong tie to Tara as well. Because I think Willow's relationships so far seem to have been quite an instant connection. As soon as I like properly bumped into Oz and properly met him for the first time, I think there was a lot of connection there and a lot of spark there. And then obviously when they first met Tara in Hush, they had that kind of connection where they joined forces and used magic and kept the gentleman at bay for a bit. So when Willow knows, I think she knows. And obviously I think it's a lot more difficult for Willow to be open about a relationship with Tara, because obviously even now, you know, there's kind of a big thing about that, which is awful really, this whole prejudice. And we've come a long way, obviously, since when this episode would have aired. But, you know, a relationship between two women was probably still quite the taboo at the time. So it was nice to see kind of Willow come out to someone. And Buffy took it reasonably well in the end. But yeah, the whole kind of people who may prefer Willow with Oz or prefer her with Tara, I do think they handled that very gracefully and very delicately. So I always do intend to be honest in my reactions and my thoughts and stuff. I honestly do think I'm always going to prefer Willow with Oz. I think that's just how it's going to be. I mean, I really like Tara a lot. I think she is very sweet, and I do like her and Willow together. I think they make a good couple. But it will take a hell of a lot for me to prefer that relationship to Willow and Oz. I'm just going to be flat out honest with that right now. But I could change my mind. Who knows what's going to happen? They may do something that completely melts my heart. Who knows? But I have such a strong connection to Willow and Oz as separate characters and together. I think that just makes it all the more like meaningful to me when they're a couple. But I don't want to take anything away from Willow and Tara at all. Because I think that's just the relationship Willow needs now. You know, Oz was always very against like the magic side of Willow, I think, and her using it. He didn't want it to get out of control. Whereas Tara can help her kind of encourage that and potentially control it when they like work together on stuff. And as Willow's, you know, she's growing up, she's getting more and more into like the magic side of things. So a relationship with Tara would have less strain on it in that sense. But as a high school student, I think Willow and Oz were so well suited in that sense. And I think Willow just has a knack of finding the right people for her when she kind of needs that kind of person in her life. So that's my 2 cents on that. So even though I'm always going to prefer Oz and Willow, I think her being with Tara, I think right now is probably the right way to go on a character level as well, because I think it just makes the more sense with like their connection as witches and stuff. And even so, Oz isn't ready yet, so he's not even in the picture really, because he still needs to kind of do a lot of work on himself, and good for him. I wish we had a spin-off of seeing all of that. But again, that's because Oz is one of my favourite characters the show's ever kind of had. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on all of that. But it was very sweet to see Tara just wanted Willow to be happy. She said, do what makes you happy. And at the end, that final scene with Willow and Oz, he was like, but you're happy. He was making sure she was. And I liked that a lot. And Oz and Tara both showed concern for each other throughout the episode, which I thought was really wholesome. But it probably was for the best that Oz left for now, as much as that breaks my heart. Because I'd love to have him back full time, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, crazy situation. But I honestly do think that was one of the best handled love triangles I've probably seen in like the space of an episode. It wasn't so much of the love triangle really, but it also was, you know what I mean. I think they handled it very delicately and very well. Because as someone who prefers Willow and Oz, I don't feel, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't feel betrayed that her and Tara are going to be together. I don't feel like I haven't been respected as someone who liked Willow and Oz. Whereas I think some handlings of love triangles in other shows in the past, I have kind of felt that way. So I think that's kind of props to the writing and just the characters themselves really, and the performances from the actors. So yeah, obviously that was a big part of this episode. And yeah, it always reminds me of, like, I think it's an F. Scott Fitzgerald quote. I'm not exactly sure what the exact wording is because there's so many different, like, misquotings of it. But it's like talking about, I hope you have the strength to start all over again, something like that. And I think Oz did see that in Willow in this episode. And he wasn't naive about the possibility that she hadn't moved on. So I really liked that side of him as well. But it was so nice seeing Oz again. I've missed him so much. Even if him and Willow are probably, you know, that side of their relationship's kind of over, which makes me very sad. But also, Willow and Tara make sense for where Willow is now. I think they've both kind of grown out of that relationship, which is sad, but also happy. Everything ends, and it's always sad, but everything begins again too, and it's always happy. But yeah, I love the way they handled it, and I don't know if Oz will ever come back again. I hope so. Obviously, don't tell me if he does. But I think it was a nice kind of rounding off of their relationship, and allowing Willow to kind of be proudly with Tara, which I think is a very nice thing. And that little scene when Willow was like, you know, you're always going to be with me. That was such a beautiful kind of goodbye with those two, considering things ended so badly almost with them last time. It was nice that I think they both found a lot of closure there. So I just think they handled the whole situation very, very beautifully, honestly. So yeah, I really liked this episode. That rogue werewolf that attacked the people, it clearly wasn't Oz because they were talking with Willow all night. But I imagine it was just like this rogue werewolf that just happened to attack. They didn't really explain like who it was or whatever, so I imagine it's just there for plot, I don't know. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Spike and Adam's plan was with the initiative. Maybe I just completely missed something and I'm an idiot. Or maybe it's something that's going to be revealed, I don't know yet. Obviously don't let me know. Unless I did miss something, obviously, then just tell me. But yeah, that aside, I love this episode so, so much. It was just so lovely having my cinnamon rolls back together in my life, however briefly. But yeah, great episode. I really, really like this a lot. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the rest of the season. Oh, 3 episodes left, which is nuts. So yeah, very, very excited about that. But it's a bit of a break time for Buffy now, because I'm going back to Angel. Don't know how many episodes for, I haven't checked. It's definitely at least 2. But obviously in this is going to be, the next one will be the last Buffyverse in this cycle, so the next one will be Angel 118. So yeah, great episode, really liked it. It was just nice having them back. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.